Let's review the setup properties for the due date. One of the first steps in implementing the due date tracker is to set up new and verify existing tax forms. Keep in mind that tax forms are processed for the prior year and tasks are processed for the current year. For example, a 1040 tax form for the year ending 2009 year 2010. Notice the way the 1040 form is set up and use this as an example for setting up other forms you may need to add. Reading from left to right, choose a name for the form and a description. Identify whether the form is a federal or state form. Then select an appropriate period end. Most common are calendar year end and fiscal year end. Notice the due date is 4 months after the year end on the 15th day. The extension is due 6 months after the initial due date. In addition, using default work codes are useful if you plan to track your time for processing this form. Please be careful to set up your master forms correctly before you implement them on a specific client. Changing a master form's characteristics after it has been added to a client may not generate correct due date results in the reporting screens. New forms can be added to the bottom of the list. Let's add a Florida state form to the bottom of this list, an F-1065, Florida Partnership Return. This is a state form with a fiscal year end. The due date is 3 months on the last day, and the extension is 6 months after the initial due date. Then print the forms list to verify that all forms have been added correctly. And that concludes the review of the master forms.